All right, I'm Nick. So today we are going to talk about the Garmin Force Current, and we're going to talk about it installed on the Shoalie. Crescent was having some problems bringing out the Shoalie and Smallie, just getting deliveries scheduled. So I sent them a text message. I was like, hey, can I come get it? And they were like, yes. So I made about a 10-hour round trip yesterday. I got the kayak. I brought both of them home. I instantly went to work installing the Garmin Force Current on the Shoalie. I told you guys this is what I wanted to do. So I'm going to walk you through it real quick. Now, just a heads up, it is not just plug and play. I had to Dremel things, drill holes, add a plate. So just don't think you're going to buy a Shoalie and a Force Current and slap it on there in seconds. I'll go over the install stuff some other time, okay, like in detail. But so here we are. Force Current installed on the back. Obviously I had to make that adapter plate. The holes or the area on the back of the Shoalie are not exactly perfect for a power pole, so I made an adapter. I added some new holes, got some gaskets. It is good to go. Got some little nylocks or nylon washers on the back side. It is stupidly sturdy. I wanted to put this battery tender plug right here. I think it's the best option. Those will be available on the website. I have the deployment rope installed right here on the track that comes on the Shoalie, and then obviously the wires run inside. The battery is installed in the front. For this video we have let's get it out of there. We just slapped it in there. We got the circuit breaker. It's in the shade, the shadow. I know the lighting is rough out here right now. It's hot as ever. We have the 24 volt 50 amp hour lifetime battery installed. I'm gonna put that back real quick. We're gonna have the GoPro up front, so when I fall out of the kayak, it films it. And we have the pedals installed, okay? They are synced. They are good to go. Everything is right. So we're just gonna slide it in the water. We're gonna turn that camera on in the front, and whatever happens, happens, okay? So let's turn this camera on. Let's drag her out there. Oh, I never turned this remote on, so let's turn this remote on. That might help us out. Oh, look, I've never been in a Crescent kayak before. I just thought that this would be an awesome system to put a trolling motor on. And then when the first Force Current came out, I decided this was it. Okay, we're in that position. One thing I didn't check was, how's the prop look back there?
It's fully submerged, you're good.
Fully submerged, okay, so here's a quick look back there. Good to go. Let's just bump ourselves out of here. Okay, we're off. Now, if everything is synced right, we should be able to just put our feet up here. Oh, buddy. And we were gone. Okay. Oh, okay. I changed the rudder or the steering on the back to rudder mode. That means when you push your right foot forward, you go left. I don't know what the best option is, okay? What we're gonna do is, we're gonna try not to die. And then we're gonna figure out how to turn the sensitivity down on those later on. All right, let me put those in neutral. All right, they're in neutral. We're gonna go back to the remote. We're gonna get a top speed like this, because that's how I feel most comfortable. If you guys can see that display, there's a little green arrow, and it tells you the position of the motor. All right, on 6, we're already doing 2.3. I think we were doing 2.3 on 11 yesterday. Hey, there's somebody's bobber. We should come back and get that, but I don't want to fall out. Okay, we're gonna get her straightened out. Jack, what'd you say, 5.2?
Yeah, 5.2, 5.1.
We're thinking 5.2s are gonna be our top speed. And by thinking, we completely made that up. It's a complete guess. .2 right there. Now remember, it is perfectly calm. There's no fishing gear in this kayak. The motor or the battery is roughly 20 pounds. It's in the front. I weigh a little over 200. We're cruising, okay? So Top speed, 5.2. That's with a 24-volt motor back there. Now, from this configuration, I think we could take over with our feet. We're just gonna try to stop. Okay, we stopped. That is weird. Now we want to go left, we'll push forward on our right foot. It's not bad once you learn to be very easygoing. But you could really turn around if you want to. That's a good way to go swimming if you're not paying attention. Now there's like a neutral on these pedals, right? So there's like a spot where it should be on 0. There should be nothing happening. Like, so right now I still have it on 1. Okay, now I have it on 0. And it still shows you that little prop indicator. And man, hopefully you guys can see. I know the lighting is terrible out here. So that turned the prop back to pretty much straight. And you can just take over with this if you want. So you have the ability just to use both at all times, which is really, really cool. Now I think you can, maybe it's this M button. And you can gesture where you want to go. So I'm just pointing that way. Oh, so you could just put your arm way out here and turn. I mean, shoot. That's pretty nice. So I guess, okay, so you got to remember, you got to push that button. So you got to push M. Oh, wrong button. About messed up. That's why getting used to this is going to be so important. All right, that gets us back to center. We can push M and go that way. I guess we could just point directly over there to Jack. And now we're going to Jack. So let's bump it up to full speed again. All right, it steers a lot better with the motor being mounted back there in the center. It steers a lot better. You have a lot more control. I kind of feel like the front end's out of the water a little bit. Maybe Jack can see that and give us an answer when we drive by. I feel like the back end is down a little bit. I kind of wish I sat further forward in the kayak, which that might be possible because here's the low. If you look right here, here's a low seating position. So maybe I can move myself forward a little bit. Let's see how we do. Okay, so I just saw 5.3, 5.2, 5.3, okay? So that is max speed, fresh battery. Let's shut the motor off. Let's slam that thing reverse, see what happens. I'm pretty sure I picked up the whole back end of the kayak.
It ain't sitting too long.
What?
The salty was sitting a lot higher.
The front end on the salty was sitting higher, so it's not sitting that bad. It kind of just, it could be the shape of the kayak. Remember, I've never been in this thing before, so kind of seems funny. But man, you have a ton of control with your feet. I think you just have to get used to being not just hammering it down, because when you hammer it down, you could definitely go swimming. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna get out. Jack is gonna go drive around for a minute, and then Jack has to go home because he's done for the day and he's got some responsibilities this evening. And then I'm gonna go out in the middle of this lake and I'm just gonna go back and forth. The battery is a smart battery, so I can see the battery life on my phone, and we're just gonna see how long it takes to kill the battery, okay? Let me get into the beach over there, and then we'll get Jack out here. Now this is where that's where it gets tricky. Come through here. You're going backwards.
Help me. Alright, I don't know if I like the pedals yet.
You can grab the remote on your chest. You were doing so good.
I was being slow and I got nervous.
All right, just go out there and don't go swimming because I have to laugh. Don't worry about it. All right, Jack is out there right now. He's driving around. No question about it. The foot pedals are touchy. They almost give you too much power instantly. Like maybe it should be a more of a roll-on throttle, right? Because it is so touchy. Maybe they can adjust that in the software where it ramps up, you know, instead of it being like this, it's just like ramps slower. I feel like it would kick you out if you want to be kicked out. Like it's just so touchy. Gonna do some more experimenting with what we can change. I don't think there's that many settings as far as what we can adjust. But if you can see him out there, he's cruising, man. And look, 5 miles per hour in a kayak is 5 miles per hour is really fast. People are like, oh, it only does 5 miles per hour. Dude, 5 miles per hour is moving in a kayak. I just don't know what people really expect or who wants to go faster. So I'm not hating on the speed. I think it is a really sweet system. Does it have a few quirks that are probably going to take some getting used to? Yes. Or some things like with it being spot lock in the rear of the kayak, it's locked in place. So if you run into a tree, it can't kick up automatically. Like it is going to stop you. And that's some stuff that I feel like it hasn't been addressed yet. We're going to make some videos about all that stuff in the future. But right now, it's awesome. Okay, it's like a new toy. It's awesome. But it is super sensitive to use with the pedals. Maybe the pedals, the technology is just not to the pedals yet, right? Like the remotes have been refined for decades. The pedals need some refinement. And I really think like the ramp chart, like right now it's like boom, full power. I think it needs to be a more gradual power flow to those pedals because it's just tough to do. Neutral has like a little neutral area. It's kind of hard to find that neutral area, in my opinion. But also, we've been in it using the pedals for 2 minutes. So, Jack's coming back right now. Driving around is easy. I feel like stopping and controlling it in the close area is a challenge. He's using the remote now, though. Oh, nope. No, look at him, hands-free, using his feet. Also, Jack's had a huge disadvantage because he doesn't have the longest legs in the world, and the pedals are so far back that he almost...
Let's go coast on in here.
Yeah, getting into neutral is like the hard part. You can like check the remote and tell if it's in neutral or not, though. We'll say 0.
Yes, it's 0.
All right. Jack could still fall right here. I'm just kidding.
I just want to stand and see how stay with him standing.
All right, we're standing.
It's not bad at all.
It's not bad. Doesn't look bad.
It's like any other kayak.
Could definitely sight fish or redfish in that. All right, this is foolish. We did not try the turbo button before. We're filming it from a bunch of angles. We're gonna double tap this and hold on for the best, I guess. Don't touch the pedals with your feet, though. You ready, Jack?
Yeah.
Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. We're instantly at 5 though. Like we're instantly at 5 miles per hour. That's just insane. Okay, so right now the battery is at 93%. I do not know how long this is. Hold on. I'll see you later, Jack. I'm going. We do not know how long this body of water is, but I'm just gonna put it out here in the middle and I'm just gonna go. I don't know what that is either, but we're not gonna run into those. Okay, I'm not gonna record the whole thing because that'll be really stupid and boring. I will keep you guys updated and I'll give you an estimate of how long the 24-volt motor lasts. 50 amp hour, obviously be able to double it for the 100 amp hour. And we'll see how the speed drops off. I'll keep you guys updated, okay? Okay, so we're out here. The motor is quiet. Remember, the motor is quiet. Obviously the kayak is making noise because you're going through the water, cavitation, whatever else is back there just getting the job done. If you can see this, it still says 5.2 miles per hour. We have been going 5.2 miles per hour for 30 minutes. Now I'm gonna overlay, well I guess I won't overlay, I'll read it to you for now, then I'll overlay it so you guys can see it. Currently, we got a turn too, okay? If not, we might wreck. Got a lot of data going on here. We're just driving around. Do a little turn. We've been at this for 33 minutes. We've done 2.7 miles. The average speed is 5 miles per hour. Now, I've been looking at the remote. We have not once dropped below 5.1, 5.2. We did have to turn around, and I did once stop to look at a submerged stump. Now, if I go back to the battery app, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's probably flickering, so we'll put it over, we'll overlay it. We got 75% battery left. Now that, it says we have 1.8 hours left of doing our current speed. We also drove it before we started recording, and I went about, I don't know, almost a half mile talking to my wife on the phone at 5.2 miles per hour before I turned on the tracker, okay? We have 37.5 amp hours remaining. We're at 26 volts still. We are using 20 amps right now. That's the current going to the motor. I mean, we're getting places, okay? It's pretty impressive we're doing 5 miles per hour. The battery life is actually pretty impressive in my mind too. If you take that we've gone 3 miles, we'll just say, let me go back, let me double check. I'll put all the numbers up here because we've done 2.8 miles. Let's just say that we've done 2 miles and we have in 30 minutes and we have 1.8 left. Man, I think you're gonna be able to get at least 8 miles out of a 50 amp hour battery. 24 volt, 50 amp hour battery. That battery only weighs, I think it's 20 pounds. That's pretty much awesome, okay? I'm gonna go, I'll correct those numbers a little bit when I get home, but I'm out here driving around. Obviously, we're covering ground pretty fast, so trying to record, look at my phone, do a math problem. It's a good way to run into stuff out here. There's all kinds of stuff. That PVC, there's just like fish attracting things all over the place out here. And yet, not very many fish. Probably because the water is so darn crystal clean. I'm gonna go back in there just because I'm not gonna sit out here for the next 2 hours sweating my butt off. We could run the calculations. Now, lithium batteries, you should not run them below, I think, 20%. So I would just take that calculation and, I don't know, figure out the total numbers and then take 25% away. That way you know what you get out of it. I think that the motor is actually really efficient once it comes to use of battery, okay? I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna slow this thing down, and then I'm gonna stand up. We'll see how it does. I won't be standing up much offshore, but I am gonna take this thing to go do some sight fishing. So let's bring it down to 0. We're still drifting at 2 miles per hour. We have a little bit of wind right now, but I wouldn't say we have enough to test out spot lock. I don't think it would give it any kind of fits. I need to put a pull-up strap in here or something. Probably go swimming. How terrible. If I go swimming, I just can't let go of the camera. That'd be painful. Okay, we're on 1. We're on 2. Back hurts a little bit. Getting old. I mean, we're on 3. We're doing 1.5 on 3. I mean, the kayak's pretty stable. The motor's so quiet. Like I could sight fish redfish like this like no one's business. And then the ability just to push the prop button and turn the prop off and float or coast. Or even, let's just see what happens. I'm gonna push spot lock, push the anchor, standing up. Oh man. I didn't fall in. So we push spot lock, anchor lock, whatever it is, standing up. I didn't fall in. It's doing some dancing. We are getting a little bit of wind. We got a storm blowing in. Maybe this works out perfectly. Remember, I pushed that. Where I pushed it, it said I was 5 feet from where I said go. It is taking us backwards, if you can see that. It just took us backwards to where I pushed it. Because remember, we were going forward. And it instantly stopped us. We got some storms rolling in. You guys probably hear that thunder. Okay, so remember, the wind is at my back. I'm gonna put that, maybe we can see that thing doing some work. I ain't turning around, I'm just standing here. It's quiet. It is, I can hear it turning, but it's quiet. And that wind is actually starting to pick up. I bet you we have about a 5 mile per hour wind right now that came out of nowhere. And we are just sitting here. That is pretty nifty. I didn't think we'd get to do much anchor lock test or spot lock test today, but here we are. We're just sitting here. Okay, look, if you are interested in buying this thing, we can get it. We have the pedal ones in stock with the pedals, and we can get the version without the pedals. I didn't use the pedals that entire time cruising around. All right, it says that our anchor lock is on 0 feet, so we are 0 feet from where we push that button, which is super impressive. I think it's going to do amazing offshore. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to load this thing up. I'm going to get on out of here. I'm a little iffy on the pedals. I'm not the biggest fan of the pedals. I think they need some tweaking in the software for sure. However, I think the Garmin Force Current itself and this remote, I think, is absolutely awesome. The install, not needing to kill switch anything, kind of crazy wiring, a little man overboard switch, also awesome. I'm on the fence about the pedals. It's cheaper to buy it with the pedals now than add the pedals later. But I think the pedals might collect a lot of dust for people currently. Okay, we're gonna stop rambling. I know that's what I'm good at. Okay, I'm just giving you my unfiltered thoughts. So, I'm impressed. That's it. We'll make a video about this probably again tomorrow. I'm probably gonna go fishing or something. I look forward to reading your comments.